Oliver Queen, known as Green Arrow, is far more than just a vigilante patrolling Star City. His story is a profound testament to redemption, relentless struggle, and the tireless pursuit of justice. But what can we truly learn about faith from this iconic character? His journey is filled with challenges and moral decisions that reflect dilemmas we all face in our own lives. Oliver Queen didn't start out as a hero. He was a wealthy playboy, basking in luxury and privilege. But everything changed when his yacht sank, leaving him stranded on a remote island. This experience wasn't just about surviving, it transformed him at the core. He mastered archery, but more importantly, he developed a profound sense of responsibility. It's in this context that we see the real power of personal transformation. Faith often leads us to unexpected places, forcing us to confront our weaknesses and grow stronger from them. When Oliver returns to civilization, he knows he can never be the same man. He dedicates his life to cleaning up Star City, battling corruption and crime as Green Arrow. This mirrors the pursuit of justice in a chaotic world. Often, we're tempted to ignore the injustice surrounding us. Yet, Oliver teaches us that true faith is expressed through action. When we witness suffering, we're called to step in, to fight for those without a voice. But Oliver's life is far from simple. His path is riddled with moral dilemmas, forcing him to choose between doing what's right and what's easy. We've all been there. Faith challenges us to hold on to our principles, even when the pressure to abandon them is overwhelming. How do we stay true to our values in a world that often seems to stand against us? One of the most compelling aspects of Green Arrow's story is his relationship with loss. Oliver has lost people close to him, and that pain has shaped him as a hero. He learned that real strength comes from vulnerability and love. In many faith traditions, it's through pain and suffering that we find meaning and purpose. Loss can either break us or make us stronger. It all depends on how we choose to respond. Oliver's story also speaks to the power of community. He doesn't fight alone. He forms alliances, builds relationships, and works in a team. This is a powerful lesson about faith. We aren't meant to face life's battles on our own. We need each other to share experiences, support one another, and grow together. Community is essential in the spiritual journey, and like Oliver, we should seek those who help strengthen our faith. In his quest for justice and redemption, Oliver Queen embodies the constant struggle between good and evil. He's an imperfect hero, and that's what makes him so real. He reminds us that we all have the power to change, to redeem ourselves, and to fight for what's right. True faith doesn't mean we're free of flaws. It's about the willingness to get back up after every fall and keep fighting. As we watch the adventures of Green Arrow, we should reflect on our own lives. How can we apply his lessons of faith, morality, and perseverance to our personal journeys? How can we find the courage to act, to fight for justice, and to seek redemption in the midst of adversity? Green Arrow's legacy isn't just about being a hero. It's about being a light in a world that's often filled with darkness, and that's a lesson we should all carry in our hearts. Green Arrow isn't just a symbol of fighting corruption. He represents the complexity of morality in a world that often feels at odds with justice. Throughout his journey, Oliver Queen faces ethical questions that make us ponder. How far would you go to protect those you love? The line between right and wrong often blurs, and that moral ambiguity is what makes Oliver's story so powerful and relevant. Imagine this: Oliver, on a mission, faces an undeniable dilemma. He has the chance to eliminate one of his most dangerous enemies, a criminal who has caused untold suffering. The question is simple yet profound. Is it justifiable to sacrifice one life to save many? The answer isn't clear-cut. This moment of tension echoes not just in the superhero world, but in real life. The choices we make under pressure define us, and the weight on Oliver's shoulders is a reflection of how society often forces us into decisions that challenge our principles. The controversy deepens when we consider the consequences of Oliver's actions. As a vigilante, he operates outside the law. He breaks rules, uses violence, and often doesn't hesitate to adopt questionable methods to achieve his goals. This raises a provocative question. Can a man who works outside the law truly be a defender of justice? These dilemmas are central to Green Arrow's narrative, forcing us to question the nature of heroism and whether good intentions are enough to justify morally dubious actions. Oliver's choices also reflect a harsh reality. the fragility of life. He learns the hard way that being a hero doesn't make you invincible. Pain and loss are his constant companions. Facing the deaths of allies and the betrayal of friends, Oliver is forced to confront his own mortality and the limits of his mission. It's here that faith takes on a raw, visceral form. Faith can be a source of strength, but it can also lead to disillusionment. The unwavering belief he once had in his mission to save Star City begins to crack, making him question not only his methods but his own morality. This internal struggle brings Oliver face to face with the realities of faith and doubt. His relationships with characters like Black Canary, who challenge his decisions, represent the voice of reason, pulling him back to reality. They embody the constant battle between idealism and pragmatism, raising a provocative point. How far are you willing to go for your beliefs? When do beliefs turn into fanaticism? And when does the fight for justice become a cycle of violence? These are the questions the story demands we confront, turning the narrative into a reflection on human nature and the complexity of our convictions. Moreover, Green Arrow's story is a powerful metaphor for forgiveness. He must grapple not only with the guilt of his actions, but also with the forgiveness he must extend to himself and others. The narrative often explores how forgiveness is both a form of liberation and a heavy responsibility. How willing are we to forgive those who have wronged us? Forgiveness is central to faith, and Oliver, wrestling with his inner demons, reminds us that true strength lies in the ability to forgive. Ultimately, when we look at Green Arrow, the most important question isn't whether he's a hero or villain. It's what he represents to us. His journey is an invitation for introspection. What are the shadows in our own lives that we need to face? What principles are we willing to defend, even when the pressure to give in is overwhelming? Life is full of difficult choices, and Oliver Queen's story reminds us that true faith shines through when we refuse to give up, even in the face of doubt and pain. In the end, Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, is more than just a superhero. He is a symbol of the eternal struggle between light and darkness, between faith and doubt, between what is right and what is easy. His choices challenge us to reflect on our own lives. What lessons can we draw from his journey? And how can we apply those teachings in a world where the line between good and evil becomes increasingly blurred? Let us be inspired by his courage, provoked by his flaws, and motivated to seek a justice that runs deeper than appearances. After all, the true crusade of heroes is the one we fight within ourselves. And now, the big question: what will you do with the powerful lessons the Green Arrow has left us? The world out there needs more courageous people, willing to fight for justice and stand up for what's right, even when the path is filled with challenges. If Oliver Queen, with all his flaws and falls, could rise and become a symbol of redemption, what's stopping you from doing the same? The transformation starts now. If this story hit you, and you want more content like this, don't wait. Subscribe to the channel and join our crusade of heroes. Drop a like to strengthen this message, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that will change how you see superheroes and your own life. Now's the time to join a community of people who believe in the fight for justice, redemption, and never giving up. Join us now and become the hero of your own journey.